Hello, welcome back to looking at my dream Reading and Leeds festival lineup. Today we're going to look at Saturday. If you missed the Friday one, the link is in the description down below, so go and check that out. Or just watch the playlist from the start. And yeah, a reminder, if we get 20 likes on this video, on the other video, and the next video, I'll release the whole lineup in poster form and you can have a look and work out what's good for yourself. So let's go through the Saturday lineup. So on the main stage on the Saturday, big headliner, Frank Ocean. Never been done at Reading before, but I think he'd be a great headliner. Be really cool to see. You'd draw in a lot of fans, and yeah, it'd just be an amazing performance. Then got Billie Eilish underneath that, because Billie Eilish is definitely of sub-headline quality now. And then Charlie XCX after that. So I feel like those three is the big names on that day. Would be very, very popular indeed. Then after that, D Block Europe and Heady One, both grime artists, and would both draw in big crowds and could definitely take on the main stage, particularly D Block Europe, because they've done Ali Pali, now sold out Ali Pali, so definitely big enough for them. And Heady One will just draw in a lot of fans as well, and he'd be good on the main stage. I'd like to see him on the main stage. By that, Little Sims, Mercury nominated artist, definitely suited for the main stage. Would get a good reaction from the crowd, and I feel like D Block Europe, Heady One, and Little Sims all together as that three would be a good kind of few hours of music for grime fans. Then we've got three indie bands. We've got Seagulls, The Japanese House, Biba Doobie. Japanese House and Biba Doobie both on Dirty Hit Records, although maybe not for much longer because Dirty Hit aren't that great anymore. Just three good indie bands that I think could do the main stage at that time, kind of early afternoon. Good time for them. Now, moving on to the BBC Radio 1 stage, bit of a punkier, heavier lineup for headlining this stage. We've got Idols, the top punk band, definitely could headline that stage now. They're just huge, it's huge now. Fontaines DC underneath that. Would love to see them support Idols. They're kind of a similar vibe. I think that would be popular. And then below them, Sleeping with Sirens, metal band. And I feel like there'd be a lot of crossover of fans for Idols and Fontaines DC with those guys. And then reading down the list, we've got Octavian. He won the BBC Sound Poll of 2019. Definitely suited to that stage. Put on a stellar set at Reading last year on the One Extra stage. So yeah, definitely good enough for that stage and at that time as well. Then Soccer Mummy. Not sure if she's ever done Reading, or if so, when the last time she did Reading was, but I think it'd be cool to see her on that stage on that day. Then beneath that, Sports Team. Didn't quite get to #1 with their first album, just got beaten by Gaga, but they're definitely big enough for that stage. That would be huge. That would be a crazy set. Be mad. And then beneath Sports Team, Celeste, who I think won the BBC Sound Poll of 2020, and she's got a lovely soulful voice. I just think it would be a really nice way to start the day, going to watch Celeste on that stage. Kind of calm before the storm would be lovely. Now, looking at the dance stage, awesome headliner for this stage, Annie Mac, Radio 1 DJ, also puts on a ridiculously good DJ set. Yeah, she's one of the best DJs in the world right now, and a great supporter of good new music as well, a lot of which we'll be featuring on that day. We will also have the Black Madonna, another great DJ, as well as Sonny Fodera and Example. Yeah, Example. And the love kick starts again. Moving down to the Pit, same stage as the Lock Up from the Friday lineup. Now, the interesting thing about this stage is that it's predominantly metal, emo, punk. But in recent years we've seen obviously the rise of cloud rap and emo rap, made popular by artists releasing music on SoundCloud. And we've got 3 hip hop artists, essentially rap artists, on this day. Essentially, Suicide Boys, the headliner for that stage. I can't remember if they headlined that stage back in 2018. I know they played on that stage on that weekend. I regret not seeing their set because I became a fan after that weekend. But they do a good job on that stage, and I feel like people would go and see them if they weren't a Frank Ocean fan or an Idols fan, for example. Then Nothing Nowhere, big following, fairly popular, definitely kind of suited for that stage. Scarlord, who is equally huge. I'm not particularly a fan of myself, but definitely suited for that stage. And then beneath that, Dream State, who are just a great, reasonably well known now, punk band. I just think they're pretty cool. I feel like if you're a fan of Fontaines DC and Idols, you might go and check them out earlier on in the day. And then Festival Republic stage. Now this, for me, if I were an indie head properly, and if I weren't, because I'd probably go and see Frank Ocean realistically on this day, I'd be choosing between Idols and the Chats, who are headlining the Festival Republic stage. They didn't headline the stage last year. They played maybe just before the headliner, but it was ridiculously good. Absolutely crazy set. You know, the mosh pits were mad. Just think about them headlining. They've got a new album. They've got a full album out now. There's no reason why they can't headline a stage at Reading and Leeds Festival now. They're huge. The other thing is, people like Dave Grohl, Alex Turner, Josh Homme, they all are fans of the Chats and go to their gigs in the US. It's just crazy. Then beneath them, Blynarven, who I'm a huge fan of, should have been headlining Reading last year but couldn't because of various reasons. Should have been headlining the Festival Republic stage last year but couldn't for various reasons. Maybe they kind of would be suited to a kind of high up spot on the Festival Republic stage. I think they'd be great on the Saturday. Spacey Jane, another cool Australian band. And also Amil and the Snifflers, another Australian band. So if you're into your Australian punk and indie, then Festival Republic stage on the Saturday is definitely for you. And finally, the One Extra stage. Now for me, there is one man who would be absolutely awesome to headline the One Extra stage. This is kind of a bit of a Legends Day, I feel. You've got Kano headlining, star of Top Boy, but also released a great album last summer, which I think off the top of my head was called Hoodies All Summer, something like that. And then beneath Kano, JME, legend grime MC, member of BBK, released a new album recently called Grime MC. I just feel like Kano and JME, the two kind of old school grime artists, a lot of respect for them, would be great if they headlined that stage. And then Lady LeSure, great female MC. She's also a bit of a legend as well, probably the same school of grime thought. And then Flo Hio, great up and coming MC. She's got great lyricism, and same with Ray BLK as well, who I'd also have on that stage that day. Especially as this is a stage which I feel doesn't have that much female representation, and it should have loads more because there are some great female artists out there in grime and hip hop. And finally, at the bottom of that list, LD, from the drill group 6-7. Would be pretty mad to see him. So that is my Saturday lineup. The Sunday lineup will be coming out soon. If you haven't seen the Friday one, go and check that out. Please like, subscribe if you're new, share this video with your friends, and I will see you very soon.